They say Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year. A chance for families to gather together and celebrate the amazing story of a newborn king. Whether you're a believer or just curious about the tradition, journey back with me, Kevin Costner, for the story of the first Christmas like you've never seen it before. Tuesday, December 9th.
Kevin Costner just dropped a Christmas special. But did his gritty take on the Nativity truly deliver, or was it a shocking misstep? Stick around, because at the end, we'll reveal if this special truly redefines Christmas cinema or simply confused its audience. It was a huge surprise. Kevin Costner, famous for epic westerns and intense dramas, tackling the Nativity story? This isn't the gentle, traditional Christmas special you're used to. Instead, we see a raw, almost stark version of the sacred story. It pushes the boundaries of what a Christmas story can be. Bold storytelling fans are the sharpest people on earth. Subscribe if you agree. The main question remains, does Costner's bold vision truly improve the Christmas narrative, or does it push too far, leaving people confused instead of uplifting? We're about to discover if this unexpected move truly paid off. His life outside of Hollywood was also in turmoil. Christine Baumgartner filed for divorce in May 2023, making headlines. This contentious separation, ending in February 2024, was far from quiet. It involved months of legal battles over finances and child custody. At the same time, his reign on Yellowstone was ending. He left the massively popular show due to scheduling issues with his dream project, Horizon, creative disagreements, and a pay dispute. He even mentioned that he hated the idea of splitting Yellowstone Season 5 into 2 parts because of his personal schedule. This put Costner at a major crossroads in his career, facing both personal upheaval and a significant professional shift. Amidst this storm, a new path emerged. Many wondered if the gritty Nativity special, Kevin Costner Presents the First Christmas, was a personal passion, a career pivot, or a calculated risk. It turns out this was no spur-of-the-moment idea. Costner himself aimed to tell stories that matter, shifting from the glossy, traditional holiday view to a historically grounded one. He wanted to show Mary and Joseph as real, vulnerable teenagers facing immense danger under Roman rule. Early whispers among industry insiders hinted this bold move was a deliberate step to redefine his artistic output, signaling a clear intent to embrace projects with deep personal meaning. Bringing this vision to life meant ditching every holiday cliché you can imagine. The production team went searching for landscapes that felt ancient and untouched, far from the warm glow of traditional Christmas cards. They found their perfect settings in the desolate, windswept badlands of rural Wyoming. Imagine filming an angelic announcement not on a gentle hillside, but among jagged rock formations carved by centuries of harsh weather. The director chose these wild places to make the story feel immediate and urgent, as if it were happening right now in a world that wasn't waiting with open arms for miracles. Costume design stripped away all the usual robes and clean fabrics. Instead, the characters wore garments that looked truly lived in, faded by sun and dust, mended countless times. Mary's simple dress was made from rough-spun wool, showing patches and signs of heavy use. Joseph's tunic was threadbare, hinting at a life of hard work, not holiday pageantry. This wasn't about looking historically accurate in a museum sense. It was about showing the constant struggle and everyday reality of people living in poverty. Every stitch and every stain told a story of survival.
The casting choices were equally intentional. Costner avoided big names for the key roles, wanting actors who wouldn't bring any baggage or preconceived notions to these iconic characters. Unknown faces meant the audience could see the people, not the celebrities. It made the story feel fresh and truly human. For particularly tough scenes, Costner himself stepped in to direct, guiding the actors through raw, emotional moments. He pushed for performances that showed vulnerability and quiet strength, ensuring the harsh conditions felt real, not theatrical. This hands-on approach guaranteed that every frame served his unique, challenging vision for the Nativity story. The journey to Bethlehem in Costner's special is far from a peaceful stroll. It transforms into a desperate struggle for survival, a grueling 90-mile trek over rugged Judean mountains. Mary and Joseph are not serene figures. Instead, they appear as young people, vulnerable and worn down by fear and uncertainty. They face real dangers on the road, including thieves and wild animals. Their faces become caked with grime, stripping away any idealized image. Costner makes it clear that their journey happened during early winter, bringing the real challenge of cold and potential rainfall. This journey is depicted as so physically draining that Mary's legs and thighs ache from walking. Costner himself stated that life at that time was not valued as it is today. He wanted to show that Mary and Joseph had to fight for their lives and for the child they were carrying. This transforms a familiar story into a raw, human experience. The special challenges viewers to see the Nativity beyond pretty stained glass windows. We see this grit reflected in the performances. The actor playing Joseph portrays him not just as a protector, but as a young man filled with worry and a clear sense of fear. He is wary when Mary reveals her pregnancy, showing a raw skepticism that feels very real. His portrayal highlights the immense pressure he carries. On the other hand, Mary embodies quiet strength amid extreme adversity. She is disheveled, wet, and utterly exhausted during childbirth. But even in that difficult moment, her body glows with the warmth of her healthy baby. She is depicted as humble and diligent. These choices directly challenge how we usually imagine the Nativity. They force us to confront the harsh realities of their world. But this unflinching realism does not alienate the audience. Instead, it seems to deepen the emotional impact. Viewers have reacted with strong emotions, calling the special incredible and fabulous, saying it made them bawl. The special's historical grounding and emotional realism ultimately offer a more thoughtful and resonant Christmas narrative. It elevates the story, making it less of a fairy tale and more of a deeply human and spiritual event. The moment the special hit screens, a firestorm erupted. Critics either loved it or hated it. One major outlet called it a bold, necessary reimagining of a sacred tale, praising its raw emotion and powerful performances. They said it bravely stripped away centuries of sentimentality. This perspective highlighted its artistic courage, but other reviews were not so kind. One prominent critic slammed it as sacrilegious, a misguided attempt to gritty up what should remain pure. They felt it disrespected the original story. Therefore, a clear divide appeared very quickly.
Different groups of viewers reacted in surprising ways. Older, more traditional viewers often felt betrayed. They expressed deep offense at the visual style and updated dialogue. But many younger viewers, especially those who grew up with Costner's westerns, found unexpected support for the special. They saw it as fresh and relevant. They appreciated its grounded approach. Therefore, the special didn't just entertain. It forced a conversation about tradition, interpretation, and how we tell old stories today. It really carved out its own unique spot in culture. The true deliverance of Kevin Costner's gritty Christmas special reveals a complex landscape for holiday programming. The special proved a bold yet divisive artistic statement. Critics and audiences were truly split. Many praised its raw realism and Costner's commitment to faith-based storytelling, especially those seeking a more serious take on the Nativity. But others, perhaps expecting traditional holiday cheer, found its intensity and depictions of violence jarring, making it unsuitable for younger viewers. Financially, while it wasn't a broadcast ratings juggernaut, airing on ABC and streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu, its performance likely showed strong engagement within its niche. It quietly found its dedicated audience, proving a market exists for unconventional holiday content. For Costner, this project solidified his image as a fearless storyteller, willing to tackle sacred themes with an unflinching eye. It marked a clear pivot towards projects he cares deeply about, emphasizing reflection and tradition. Far from just a curious footnote, The First Christmas stands as a testament to an artist prioritizing personal vision over conventional success, inviting future holiday programming to explore deeper, more grounded narratives. It reminds everyone that Costner remains committed to impacting viewers with stories that truly matter to him.